Yay.
Well, this time it did actually come on that you could record and I paused it. I couldn't pause. Anyway, welcome. We have lost two students. Oh yes, no fault of any of ours, including me. Linda Wolf, who actually was reading actually too fluently for this class, I think. She decided to move to the level 4. And actually, oh God, I forgot her first name, Tiaman. I don't know why the first name is blanking on me. Sandy. Sandy actually decided that we were too good. So that she moved down to level 2. So it's nothing to do with any of us. But just to know that they will not be with us any longer. Okay, welcome. You received my email about the classes in October. Most people had actually said that it works for them. So we are going to have class on Wednesdays for the month of October. The good news is that you can use the same login, the same, that I've sent before, each week that I've sent. And so everything will be the same, except it will be on Wednesday instead of Friday for the month of October. For anybody, we will be recorded. So if anybody wants to listen, if you can't make it, I know somebody can't make one class. There's one person that can't make any of them because they work. But I think because the great majority would like to do it, and we'll try to do a little bit more of more doing prayers we've already done rather than new ones, just to respect the fact that some of the people that are signed up for the class cannot be, and they hadn't signed up for it. So I don't want to punish them. Anyway, I was reading through some of the things. I was looking at the high holidays, and it reminded me that while we are reading specific prayers, hopefully the idea of how you're reading and recognizing will transfer to other prayers that we're doing. So but I did also request for anybody, if there is a particular prayer you want to do, it's something you do in your synagogue, something you want to lead maybe or whatever, or that you just don't feel comfortable with, if you let me know, we can handle that too. We try to do the things that most people do, that most people are in shul for. So but if there's anything specific, I would love to be able to do that. The one of the prayers that I would like to do is the Birkat Hamazon. We are not going to do that in the month of October because I don't want to punish anybody that will not be in class. So we will be doing more of the prayers that we've already done. Anyway, any comments, any questions about anything about the class, about whatever's happening in the world, not in the world, in the Hebrew world. Hebrew. That's the world itself is above my pay grade. Okay. Okay, if there is nothing, then we will begin. Okay. You saw I put down the same prayers that we did before, because we only got to Valeno, if I remember correctly. I put it down again, but just to have it there, I don't think we need to do it at this point. We have it from last week. I don't know if the recording stuck. I didn't check and see. But maybe we'll do it at the end if we have time. But I'd like to go to Adon Olam. And that is on, if you have Lev Shalom, page 211, Slim Shalom 187, and Sim Shalom 514. Okay. All right. Oh, also, before we start, does anybody do you have access to Machzor?
Oh,
You could
yes.
say, okay, if you do, I will ask that starting next week, which is actually, is that, no, it's not October yet. Starting next week, we will do some things from the Machzor, hopefully. Just because as long as we're gonna have classes, it would be nice to do some of that. So I will, and if there's anything specific, please let me know. But I will suggest, I don't know which mocks, I don't have, while I have all the Cedarim, there's 3 Cedarim, I only have 1 Moxer. I have the Lev Shalem Moxer, so I don't know if you have something else. I can also find where it is in this, in the prayer service, so that people can find it if you have a different Moxer. One of the things also I'd like to be able to do is, I give you the page, but eventually, by the end of this term, actually, my goal is that if we look, if we talk about a particular prayer, that we'll even be able to find it in the Siddur. That, if even if I say Adon Olam and we've done Aleinu, what do you think? Where is that Adon Olam in comparison to the Aleinu?
Uh,
Yes, Lenore.
at the end of the service, the very last prayer.
Yes,
On Friday night.
actually, usually most services on Friday night do Yigdal at
Oh,
the
you're
end,
right, you're
actually.
right, you're right, you're right.
But not necessarily. Somebody might not. I'd never say, but you're right.
You're right.
Lenore's right. It's at the end. But okay, that is correct. But the question I asked, and I'm going to ask it again, is where is it in relation to the Elenu? It's right very close after. There may be a few pages in between, but once you know that, it's near the end of the service, Elenu is at the near the end.
Right.
You can picture those. I will say that Adon Olam is also at the beginning of the service, but I don't think anybody ever does it in the beginning of the service. It is somewhere in there very beginning, but I don't think anybody ever does it. But just as a point of information. Okay, so we are going, Adon Olam is one of those prayers, is a prayer that there are a multitude of tunes to. Multitude. There are other prayers. There may be one Shalach Tzibor that does one tune, or they might change a little. But Adon Olam is one of those prayers that you cannot count on what the tune is going to be. One of the reasons that's true is, first of all, it's at the end of the service. It's not one of the required prayers, so you have more flexibility. The other point is there are a lot of all the words are 2-syllable words, so it's easier to fit them in to any tune. Some people say there's a phrase that it was from Moshe Sinai, that it was from Moses and Sinai, that this is the tune, this is the from Moses. Obviously it wasn't from Moses, but it was from Moses. One of the tunes, the most common one, and the one that we used to do only years ago, was actually a German drinking song. So, what we think of as being holy did not necessarily start out that way. So, exactly. I don't know, Lama, Sherma, exactly. It was a German drinking song. So, any of them are really valid. You can't say this one, this one isn't not appropriate. Really, anything is appropriate to Adon Olam, including Adon Olam, Asher Malam, B'Terem Kol. It's a small world. We used to do that occasionally too. So it can be almost anything. So anyway, but just as a preview with when we're talking about Adon Olam, that is where we are. Okay. I think almost every synagogue I've ever been at does a Adon Olam at the end of Shabbat morning services. So, okay. I am going to read, there are verses, and sometimes people go back to the chorus, the first 2 lines, and sometimes they just continue through. We're going to continue through because we don't need to repeat the first 2 lines so often. But I'm going to read first. And I know most of you know this, but you need to look at it to see what it looks like. So when the words are somewhere else, we'll be able to read them. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'et Naasa V'Chepso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'Acharei Kechlot Hakol Levado Yimloch Nora V'Hu Haya V'Hu Hoveh V'Hu Yihiyeh B'Tif Ara. Okay. That's it. I'm gonna stop now because I don't want to do too much. Okay. Any questions? Does it sound for this? Does it sound familiar? It is very different when it's read. I do and if somebody really feels they want to sing, I will not stop you, but you have to be looking at the words in your Siddur. That's my caveat. And I'm gonna ask for a volunteer. Thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie, then Lenore. I'll get to everybody eventually.
Okay. Adon Olam Asher Malach Beterem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa Behev Sohol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. And you did more, right? Okay.
Yeah, do the next two lines.
Bi'ah Hare Kichlot
Good.
HaKol Leva Do Ya no Yi Yim Lo No Ra Vehu Haya Vehu Hove Vehu Yihye Betifara.
Good. Terrific. Terrific. That honestly is a level of Hebrew that this class is made for. You're not sounding out every word, but you're not reading totally fluently, but you don't have to sound out every word, and you recognize most of the vowels and letters pretty easily. Thank you. That's where we are. And that's exactly where we should be. And as you look at it, you can also see when we talked about the schwa having a sound or not having a sound, you can see that at the beginning of the word it does. It's one of those things that I will not correct for. Some things I will correct for because I wanted you to be reading correctly, but that's something that is fuzzy, and especially when you're singing, you will never know the difference. So that great. Now, and you could also see one of the things that there was something that stood out to me. Oh, Yimloch, where you read it perfectly, where it just has the dot. There's no vav there, but it has the dot on the top, and that's a stand-in for where we have the vav and the dot on the top with serving as a vowel. So, but that's why it's helpful to know the prayer a little bit because you actually know what it is. But then you have to take that and do it when you don't know, aren't as comfortable with the prayer. I'm going to read the next two, and then somebody else is going to read. Lenore actually volunteered. Behu echad ve'ein sheni leham shil lo lahach bira beli reshit beli tachlit velo haoz the misra. Okay. Okay. Adon. We're into a little translation. Adon. Does anybody know what that means? You know another word that you're pretty familiar with that's a little longer than Adon.
Master or Lord.
Yes, and what's the word that you know that's a little longer than Adon?
Adonai.
Good,
Adon-
I thank you. I saw you, Audrey. You just unmuted, but I heard it. Yes, Adonai, exactly. Adon can be sir, like you just referred to sir, and not necessarily God. But obviously we're talking about God here. It's Lord, like Lord, whatever it is, not just God, but but it comes from this Adonai is part of that, is same word. Okay, Echad. Thank you. One, Melech.
Lord,
King.
king.
King, good, okay. And because we see Melech, Malach, all that, I want you to just so you know what we're talking about. There was something else I wanted to say. Let's call him Melech. Okay. Yimloch is what word does Yimloch come from? I'll give you a hint. Remember what I just said before. Oh, shoot. I can't listen. Wait 1 minute. Okay, I cut it off. Imloch, what does it come from? Look at it. I'll tell you to look at it. It's the third line, near the end of the third line. Levado yimloch no ra. Don't look at the English, but look at the letters. See if you can see the root in there.
Melech.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Melach. Good.
Who said
And
it?
that
was really good.
what?
Who said it?
Who said it? Stand up. Be proud, Davy. Thank you, Davy. Exactly. Yimloch. Yimloch is the verb form of Melech. Future verb. And you don't have to know exactly what tense it is even, I don't care. But if you know that it's talking about kingship, it's that's related to a sovereign. That it will mean a little bit more to you when you read, I hope. No Ra is also awesome. You'll hear that a lot in the prayers. And sometimes it's translated as fear, but if you think about awesomeness or awe, it is a little bit of fear. That's when we talk about awe, if we think about it. Okay, that's it. Echad ve'ein sheni. Who is he? Remember we talked about who is he? Who echad?
One.
One.
Thank you. Ve'ein, like an
No.
ein keloenu.
Right.
There is none.
None.
Ein. There is none. Good. Sheni.
It's-
Echad shtayim shalosh.
Oh, shit.
Sheni. There's no second. There's no other. He's the first and there's no second. It's just, it's not like we have in other systems of gods, there is a head god and then there's other gods underneath. We don't believe in that. We just have the one. So he's one and there's no second. There's no second one. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna go anymore. Okay, so let's see. I did two. I got Okay, we did the two. Okay, I'm gonna have just the last two sentences. One we're from the Hu Echad Lenore.
Vahu
So I get to you.
echad v'ein sheni laham shilvo lahach bira. Bali reshit, bali tachlit, velo ha'oz, v'hamish misra.
Excellent. Good. Beautiful. Okay. I'm gonna read next two lines and then we're gonna have a volunteer, so get ready. Vahu Eli Vachai Go Ali V'tzur Chevli Be'et Tzara Vahu Nisi Umanos Li Manat Kosi Biyom Ekra. Okay. Another volunteer. Somebody that hasn't read, please. Somebody that hasn't read. Thank you, Judy.
Okay. Are we at Vahu Eli?
That's it. Exactly.
The Go Ali. Vitsur Zevli. The eight Sarah. The Hu Nisim. Umano Li. The next. Manat Kosi. Beyom Ek Ra.
Good. Good. Okay. I'm gonna read the last two. Be Yado Askid Ruchi. Be'et Ishan Be'a'ira. Ve'im Ruchi Giviati Adonai Li below Ira. You can see there's also another pattern. It's talking about God is this, but not that. This, but not that. Lo is not. So just to understand the pattern of the thing. Somebody else who has not read yet. I have a few people that have not read yet. There must be something.
I'll read.
Thank you, Eileen, and then Gretchen, I'm gonna have you read, so we'll back to it. Yes, Eileen.
Vayado of ki Bakiru by At E
Can't hear.
Bayat
But 8.
Ba'at.
You see it? Do you see it,
Yes,
Eileen? Okay,
Yes, Ba'at E Yas Ishan.
yes,
Oh,
Ishan,
Ishan. The
Good.
Ra.
good,
Vayim Ruhi Go Gavi Yati
yes.
Adonai Lo Va Lo Ira.
What's the word? I'm gonna look it again.
What? Ira?
After Adonai,
Adonai Li
Perfect.
Valo Ira.
perfect. Okay, you just read low instead of Lee. Obviously, you see the difference. Yes, Bonnie, do you have a question?
No, I just want to make a statement. Just had a baby bear walk by my window here.
Well, where are you?
I'm home. I live in West Hartford. I'm home, my backyard. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, whoa.
Brown or black?
I think it was black.
That is weird. Have you often see bears in your yard?
I wouldn't say often, but I would say sort of. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy,
Did you see a suspended presidential candidate by name of Kennedy there at the same time?
No, I did not. Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to you guys when my husband yells out from the other room. There's a bear in the yard."
That is probably distracting, no question about it.
Oh, if I was outside, I would have probably dropped dead on the spot, but yeah.
It's scary. I have to be honest, it'll be scary for me. Okay, we're going to do this prayer again. I'm gonna ask that you do 4 lines. How's that? And we're gonna start at Adon Olam, and I am going to please ask, please, the people that have not volunteered yet, to volunteer to read. So Audrey, have you volunteered? I would have expected you, but I haven't heard you. Okay, Audrey, and then I would like Gretchen and Davy to be ready. If you feel brave enough, it would be good for all of us to hear you. Okay, Audrey.
Adon Olam Asher Malach. V'ter Rem Kol V'tziya.
No.
No, V'tzir.
Yes. There's
V'tzir.
no vowels at the afterwards. Yes.
V'tzir
It's it.
Ya.
Good.
La'et Nasha Becher Zo Kol Ad Azai Melech Shemo Nikra.
Good.
The Ahare Kik Lot Hakol Levado Yim Lok No Ra.
Good.
That the cadence seems off in that one. I guess it would be different if you were singing it, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Vahu Haya Vahu Ho Ve Vahu Ye 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 Yeah Batif Ra.
Good. Good. And a lot of it is, yes, we are reading it and we're emphasizing things that you will not necessarily hear when you're singing. For example, na'asa. You'll probably not hear the second na'asa, but when we're reading it, we should be reading it like that. So, and the who's the who?
God.
Thank you, God, exactly. He is who, and this is all, you can hear who. So this is all, obviously all about God. They're using the pronoun instead of saying, repeating the what proper noun. Right, exactly. Okay, I have another volunteer I saw. Davey, you raised your hand and you unmuted yourself, so you gave yourself away. Thank you.
והוא אחד ואין שני להמשיל לו להחבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, בלא העוז והמשרה.
Beautiful.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Behu Eli, Bechai Goali, Bitsur, Havli, the eight Sarah.
Good.
Behu Nisi, Humanos Li, Manat Kosi, the Yom Ekra.
Great, beautiful. Sarah, just because I was having a hard time last night, so I will, Sarah, does that sound like anything that you know? And it might be Yiddish. What is it?
Surus, trouble.
Thank you very much. That's exactly right, Tsuris. So I wish you no Tsuris this year, but that is from the Hebrew word Sarah, and when you read it, that's what it is. It's actually talking about Tsuris. Distress, because they translate it as I just looked over. Okay, so part of doing some of these words is that part I want you to know what you're reading, and part is to realize that you do know some of these words. It's not all just letters that you're reading, but it's words that you do know a little bit about. And the more you know, to me, the more it's easier to read and better to read. Okay, I am going to ask Gretchen. I have not pushed people, but today I'm going to ask Gretchen to read to get the first two lines, the refrain, and then the last two lines. So since there's only two lines left, so if you read the first two and then the last two, that would be great.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Va'asa Behefza Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra
Good.
Biyado Af Kid
Good.
Ruhi Be'et Isan
No. Where's the dot?
Oops. Be'et
The eight is right.
Ishan
Perfect. Thank you.
Va'ira Va'im Ruhi Gaviati Adonai Li Velo Ira.
Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. So I don't know if Gail is here or not. Her screen is here. There you are. Okay. You disappear occasionally. Okay. You have not read yet, right, Gail? Okay. So I'm going to ask you to continue after the first two lines of Adon Olam, which is the refrain, to read the next four lines.
My book is to my right, which is why you don't always see me. I have a table here.
Okay. Yes, that's what technology sometimes
Okay,
catches
and
us.
right, and you said, what did you want me to do? I'm sorry.
I'd like you to start after the chorus, the first two lines, to read the next four lines. Just so we are going to be experts on this prayer.
Okay, I'm a little hoarse. I had surgery yesterday and
Oy.
my throat is still a little funky.
So are you okay though?
Yeah.
You look okay. I don't know how you feel. You look good.
Thanks. The hooray, V'chulot hakol Livado Iloch Nora Vihu Haya Vihu Hover Vihu Yeh Betif Ara Areh
Ara, you're right. Ara.
Vihu Echad V'ain Sheni Vahamel Shil
No, start you were right in the beginning first.
Vaham Shil
Good,
Vaham Shilo
good,
Bera. And
good.
that always trips me up with the silent one. Beli, Reshit, Beli, hopefully, below, Haos, Baham, Sirah.
Sra. Good, good. I mean, Sra, good, 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 good. Okay, one more thing. We're gonna do one more thing about grammar or translation or whatever. Zahu haya, vahu hoveh, vahu yehiyeh. God was, God is, and God will be. Okay, you can sort of hear that it's the root is the same for all three of those. So, okay, great. Okay, so does everybody, you feel comfortable with this? Some of it, like when you read Laham Shalo, when you're singing, they really get stuck together. That those two lamas right next to each other. But you can hear it when you're reading it, obviously you should see that there are two. But when you're singing it, you probably won't hear that in the same way I said about the other vowel. You won't hear. But reading, that's why we're reading and not singing. Any questions about this prayer? Okay, I think that most people are comfortable with this. We're going to jump to the next one, which was, what was it doing? Let's see, I took a picture. Let's see. Let's see. Okay,
Taking out the Torah,
taking out the Torah. Thank you very much.
168.
And Lev Shalom, if anybody has Slim Shalom, it's 139 and Sim Shalom 394. Thank you. 168. Okay. Okay, I like this because it's when we learn it to read it, we will be able to sing it with whoever's leading the service, and I think it would be nice to be able to sing. Hopefully you're in shul by this point. I would not say that of people in my shul. I am astounded. We have a really big number that come to shul, but I am astounded at how many people are not there when we start the Torah service, but are there by the time we finish the Torah service. But anyway, hopefully you will be there and you will be singing along. Okay, so Hotza'at HaTorah, that's the taking out, okay, of the Torah. And we're gonna read, but you're gonna hear in your head, I'm sure, the singing. Ein kamocha ba Elohim Adonai, ein kema'asecha. Malchutecha malchut kol olamim. Umemshaltecha bechol dor vador. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch La'olam Va'ed. Adonai Oz La'amo Yitain. Adonai Yimloch Et Amo Vashal Yivarech. I knew I read it wrong. I looked, my eye went up to Yimloch. It's Yivarech Et Amo Vashalom. Okay. We talked about the grammar of the verbs. We have it again in this prayer in Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch La'olam Va'ed. Okay, God is king, God was king, sovereign, if we try to be more politically correct, and God will be sovereign forever. La'olam va'ed, okay? And again, we see the word ain. And when we talk about Yimlo, and we know that that's from Mela kingdom, okay? So we know what we're talking about, hopefully. Okay. I need a volunteer to read. Thank you, Judy.
Okay, I'm gonna read and then I have to go because I have something else. to do.
Okay, good that you
Okay.
volunteered now. Thank you.
Yes. En kamocha. Him.
And can you read it again? You flitzed out. There was the technology. I don't know why.
Okay,
You-
let's try again.
Yeah,
En kamocha. Ba'alim.
no,
Lo,
you have to,
Ba'alohim. Can you hear me?
yeah,
Can you hear me? Oh,
yes,
Okay. Adonai. Ve'ev. En.
yes,
Kema'asecha.
good.
Malchutecha. Malchut. Baal.
No,
Olamim.
no, this is one of those tricky ones. It's not a bet.
La.
Bachol.
La. What?
No, where I'm lost here. Malchutecha,
Okay.
malchut.
Hut. Paul. Oh,
Good,
Baal. Olamim.
good.
Mish. Lo.
No, you sound it
Decha.
out. Sound it out.
U. Me. Da. Lo. Techa. Now
Techa.
say the word.
Mem.
What is it telling you to
Shal.
do?
Techa. Okay,
Cha.
do you see it?
Dechal. Door. The door. Adonai. Melach. Adonai.
This might answer your question.
Oh,
A door is a hinge or requires movable barrier that allows ingress.
What is
entry,
that?
and egress.
Somebody's
lost.
talking to you.
Okay. Adonai Melach. Adonai Melach. Lech. Adonai Yimloch. Leolam Va'ed. Adonai Oz. Le'amo Yitain. Adonai Yivarech. Et Amo Bashalom.
Good. You have Siri or somebody talking to you? Or Alexa?
Yeah, Alexa.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. Okay, I figured somebody's talking to you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so
I have a question. Eileen,
yes,
are you the one who was at the traditional synagogue in Maryland?
Yes,
And what is the name of that synagogue, please?
it's Congregation Heart Zion Agudas Achim.
Heart Zion?
Heart Zion, R-H-A-R, Zion, T-Z-E-O-N, Agudas, A-G, wait,
I can figure it out. A good,
G-U-A-D-T-H, Achim, A-C-H-I-M.
Okay.
obviously,
you.
there were two shows that came together, I assume.
It was two short that came together.
I presume.
You were
Okay.
right, you presume.
Okay,
All right.
Thank
Shabbat
you.
shalom, everybody. Have a
Shabbat
good
shalom,
weekend. I'll see
Judy.
you
Shalom,
next week.
Judy.
Good, great. Looking forward to it. Okay, terrific. Okay, does anybody have any questions while we're taking a break for a second? Okay, okay, there were a few mistakes that she made that I hope we can. It was hard to hear, so I didn't want to, but I'm going to read this more because I really want us to be able to be comfortable with this. And these are also words, many of the words that we will see over and over again. And you've noticed that in our prayers, that we have a lot of words or forms of the word that we'll see because we're talking about the same thing in most of our prayers. You know, we're either asking for peace or thanking God for what God's given or whatever. That's a lot of the themes that show up again and again. Okay, so I'm going to ask for another volunteer to read. Bonnie, thank you.
Reading this, am I reading the same thing, Judy?
You're going to read the same thing. I'd like to read it just a little bit because we had read the other so often. I didn't want to do it so many times, but yes.
Okay. Ein kamoka ba Elohim Adonai, Ve'an,
No, no,
okay, oh, Ve'en
good,
Kema Asecha.
perfect.
Malhutecha, Malhut, Kol Olamim, Mem Shal Techa, Bekel Dor
No,
Vador.
you read, the other thing is too perfect for you to like get away with that. After Mem Shaltacha,
Oh, I got it. This, yeah, it looked like a T, but it's that, yeah. Bechol,
perfect.
Shal, yeah. Bechol Dor Vador. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain.
Yes,
Adonai Yivarech et Amo Bashalom.
fabulous. Think
Thank
about
you.
yourself 6 months ago.
Right? Oh, we're all gonna.
I get, I love that we have new people in our class you're reading really well, but I have the history with some of the people that were in the class before and where they were coming from and where they are now. And I can tell you, it makes a huge difference. Huge, really beautiful. Okay. Okay. Um, I'm going to read the next 3 lines and then we'll have somebody else read. Av harachamim hetiva virtzonacha et Zion. Tivne chomot Yerushalayim ki v'cha levad batachnu melech el ram v'nisa adon olamim. Okay. Do I have a volunteer? Thank you, Gail.
So I'm at the line underneath.
And Av. It should be, it's probably a standalone. It's Av it
Yes.
starts with.
Yes, Harachamim,
Good.
Hetiva, Birtzonecha, et Zion, Tifne,
Good.
Hamot, Yerushalayim, Kivecha, Levad, Batachnu,
Yes.
Melech et Ram, Venisa, Adon Olamim.
Thank you. Great. Okay.
I keep trying
Gretchen.
to translate as I read, I keep trying to think of what I'm reading and what it says, so.
And that's okay too. Well, we're going to be reading a lot about Rachamim coming up. Okay. That's sometimes thought of as the female part of God,
Okay.
and it comes from Rechem, which is your uterus. So that's why. Yeah,
Because I know in Yiddish, Rachmanis.
exactly. Same thing, same word.
Oh,
Say have mercy. And that, but it comes from, that's what it comes from. But it's the
uterus
female
from
part of God.
mercy?
'Cause what?
Uterus and mercy?
Well, because
don't
it's
know Yiddish,
it's not uterus, it's the female part. And
Oh, okay.
so the female, how they refer to the female part is through that. And it's talking about, we think about women as being, it's sort of, you can figure that out a little bit, as opposed to justice. We talk about justice and mercy. So this is when, we're looking for a little help. We need some, Rahmanis, as they say in Yiddish. And so we'll be talking about that a lot coming up. And Sion, we had heard of that from that Sion is from Eileen Shul. Same word for sure. And obviously Yerushalayim is there. And Melech, we keep reading Melech again and again and again. So, okay. Do I have another volunteer that would like to read that? And then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, Gretchen, do you look like you're hesitating? Thank you, Gretchen.
I always have trouble with this, so I'll give it a try.
That's good.
Av harachamim hasib
It's
hasiba.
the t. It's not it when
Oh,
it's
yeah.
open like that. Okay.
Hasiva, that sounds
Yeah.
better.
Good.
Vratzoncha et Zion tivne
Good.
homot.
Yes. You can say that with definite. Yeah, it was good. No question. Yes.
Homot.
Yes.
Yerushalayim ki v'cha
Good.
levad betachnu
Perfect.
melech el ram v'nisa
Good.
adon olamim.
Perfect. Great. Good. Those are words we don't always use, so thank you. Perfect. Good. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go through this. Vayehi bin Soa Ha'aron Vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai Via Futsu Oivecha Via Nusu Misanecha Mipanecha Ki Mitzion Teitze Torah Udavar Adonai Me Yerushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah La'amo Yisrael Bik Du Shato. Okay. Yes, question. Lenore, do you have a question or you're volunteering?
Just volunteering.
Okay, good. Just some of the words that were in here, okay? When, the last word we just read, big do shot, big do chateau. Where is the root for that word?
Kodesh,
Yes?
Kodesh.
Good, great,
Oh.
yes, Kodesh, thank you. That you can see it because remember we talk about partly it's to find it is we have prefixes and suffixes, so usually the root will be in the middle. But so when we talk about, and Gail was talking about translating while she was reading, you don't need to know all exactly the word, but you know have some sense of what you're reading. And even Teitzei comes from the same root as Hotzaat, from out. You're taking it out the Torah, and you take it out from Zion. Okay, so that's the same word is there, and okay, and then we're talking about you. And we've talked about the pronouns, so we know what the pronouns are when you talk about it's you. You're talking directly. You're not talking about the third person. You're talking about the second person. Okay, and Lenore volunteered to read, so she's going to read from when we rise. But we don't have to rise because there's no Torah and no ark that we're opening. Okay, Lenore, you're up.
Rahi bin Soa Ha'aron Vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai V'afutsu Ivaha.
No, Viafutsu. What's after Viafutsu?
Vayanu Su
It's Oideha.
Mashan Eha Mi Paneha Ki Mitzion Tetse Torah Ud Var Adonai Mirushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael Vik Du Shato.
Good. Good. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go to the, we're gonna read, we're gonna finish this again. We're gonna read this again. So when you're in shul tomorrow, we're singing along. Okay. Volunteer to begin again. Ein Kamocha. Thank you, Davy.
Oh, in Kamaha? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start. I'd like to read the whole thing a little. Yeah.
All right. Ein Kamocha va'Elohim Adonai ve'en kama'asecha malchut techa malchut kol olamim umemshal techa b'chol dor vador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
Perfect. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Davy. That was beautiful. Fabulous. Okay. Next volunteer.
To lead this in a
What?
few. I'm actually going to lead this service.
I can't hear. I heard you when you read. Now I can't hear.
I said I'm actually going to lead this service in a few weeks.
Oh, good for you. Fabulous. I'm glad we're doing it. And it was beautiful. Thank you. That was beautiful. Terrific. Is there any special occasion?
I'm part of a B'nai Mitzvah class.
Oh,
Adult
lovely.
B'nai Mitzvah.
Oh,
Lovely.
Mazel Tov.
Very
Thank-
nice. Terrific. Great. So we'll be proud of you and thinking of you. And you have to get, when it comes close, you have to tell us when it is so I can wish you good luck. And you can practice for us too. We'll be more than happy to listen. Okay. Another volunteer to continue reading. Thank you, Eileen.
Av Herach Amim Hatim
Hey, let's see, there's
Hey,
two dots rather than long
hey.
line. Okay,
Hatim Ba
good.
the Vir Zona et the Yon Tiv Ner Homo Yisrael.
You drop off at the end after Tivna. It was
Oh.
hard for me to hear.
Homot
Good.
Yisrael.
No. Look at the word.
Homot.
Yes, after Chomot, the next word.
Yisra Yerushalayim.
Thank you.
Yerushalayim.
I knew you weren't reading. That was the perfect, beautiful. Yes.
Ki va'ech la laved
The bod.
lavad technu melech el rem vana sha.
You have to be a little more careful with the vowels, okay? Melech, El, Ram.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay,
Vani sa.
good, perfect.
Adon Olam.
What was the last word?
Omim.
No, read it again. You're not reading.
Olamim.
So that perfect. When you're reading, you're perfect. When you're trying to guess, that's sometimes when we make a mistake. Okay, good. Okay, somebody else. Vayehi. I'm looking. Any volunteers? Vayehi. Gretchen, thank you.
Vayahi Venus Venasa Venus
Bean. Okay. Bean. So You see? Do you see it? Do you
Yeah,
see
two
it?
vowels.
Okay. Yes.
Binasoa. Haaron Vayomer Moshe.
Good.
Kuma Adonai Via Futsu
Good.
Ovecha Via Vianusu Masanecha Mifanecha.
Good. I'm going to stop you there. One of the things, and I don't know if I said it in this class, is that, and I learned from someone in one of my former classes, is there's such a thing as a metek. And this is the perfect line for it. In Hebrew, normally, when you read Hebrew, the accent is on the last syllable. But the metek moves it to the syllable where that is a line. And I'll tell you exactly where it is. It's in the last 4 words of the line you just read. Oivecha vianusu misanecha mipanecha. Okay? It's not mipanecha. It's mipanecha. And you don't have to do it as much as I emphasized it, but you want to make it, but it's not on the last syllable, which is the normal reading of Hebrew, is to put it on the last syllable. But you can see the line underneath each one of those, and that transfers the emphasis to that syllable.
You know,
Like you know, oivecha, you can see it under the vet.
it's in
Oivecha.
every word of that line except for Adonai, actually.
Right. So that's why it just like spoke to me as you were reading it, that that is like the perfect line to teach that, because that's the way it is. In most words, it is the last syllable, but there it shows you that it can be moved to another syllable. You can read, and it makes it easier to read. Okay. I'm one more, because I just want to finish this. Do I have a volunteer to read the last 2 lines? Thank you. Thank you. Again, you just read, I think. I'll give Bonnie, you didn't read recently. Read the last 2 lines and then we'll end.
You talking about like,
Key. Key.
He Mitzion Tetzei Torah Udivar Adonai Mirushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael Bikdu Shato.
Fabulous. Terrific. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Better was good. This was something we have not done before. I wish great practice to Davy. And so you're doing the Torah service, I take it. That's the part of the service you're doing.
The first part.
The first part. Good. Okay.
then
Well, you're
something
on your way. You're on your way. It's beautiful. Thank you.
I have 2 questions. Can I ask?
Sure.
All
Sure.
right. Is it Oivecha or Oivecha?
There's a yud there, right?
Right. So so it would be
Yes.
oh.
It's not emphasized so much, but yes, it's the you. That is the yud is there, and you pronounce it.
Okay.
Oivecha. Yeah.
And then, is it Mirushalayim or there's like nothing under the yud there at all, and there's
Yeah,
no
let
vowel,
me
there's
see
no
where it is.
vowel within the.
Yes, yes, so you don't really hear it. You don't hear the yud so much. It has to be there because that's the word. The word is Yerushalayim, so they can't take out the yud, but there's no vowel, so you hardly hear it.
My book has-
Yerushalayim, you don't really hear it. What,
my book
Bonnie?
My book has a vowel under the yud
Oh,
Really?
mine doesn't. Oh,
Which book are you reading from, Bonnie?
Nim Shalom.
Sim Shalom. How do you like that? Because it's not
Oh.
under.
No,
your
not Sim. Slim Shalom.
But that's the same. The same. The prayers are the same in both of those books. It's just a different page number. But in Lev Shalem, it's not there. You're absolutely right. So it's first of all, it's one of those things that if you heard it or didn't hear it, both ways it's okay. It just sort of when you sing it, it sort of would disappear anyway. Mi Yerushalayim. So there's some things that change the word, a vowel, like when you read, I can't think of it right offhand, but when you read a different vowel, it's a completely different word. But in things like that, it's the same word, you know what it is, so you don't have to go crazy either. So yes, it's there. I would not emphasize it, but it's there. Maybe you'll hear it. If you don't, it's okay too, I think. But as far as that's concerned, is my opinion. Okay, any other questions before we say goodbye? Okay, I will say goodbye because it is 11:04. Hopefully we'll see you all next week. It would be great if you go to shul or if you practice either at home or with friends or with neighbors or with grandchildren or spouses or whatever. But everybody's reading better than you were 2 weeks ago. And that's the secret. So thank you. And I wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom.
Goodbye.
Shalom.
Shalom.
And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and you can contact me in between too. I'm available. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
Shalom.